What's up, Rockstars? Today I have the pleasure of showing off just a really fun video. We're going to be talking about board game, D&D, miniature painting. This is hobby memes, and I'm just going to be going over a few, and we'll see what happens. So let's go ahead and get started on that, because I'm looking forward to this one. Now, as always, a quick shout out to my patrons and YouTube members. It is through their financial support that I'm able to run this channel as independently as I am. That's because I take no money from any game developer. Normally I'd turn around and point at some games, but they are all gone right now. I'm in the process of staging this house to sell it and moving to a new one because I need more space for this channel. I have more board games. I want to do more coverage. And that, again, is all thanks to my patrons and YouTube members. So thank you so much for all their support. If you'd like to give to that, there is a link down below, of course. If not, that's fine. A simple like or a comment saying this video is helpful is definitely helpful, and I appreciate it. Okay, now let's go ahead and explain this format a little bit. So I am supplying my own memes for this first episode, but I would love to do future ones, and so that means you guys need to send me memes. I don't care if you do it through email. I don't care if you do it through Facebook. I don't care if you do it through Board Game Geek or anywhere else or Carrier Pigeon or wherever. Just feel free, reach out to me. There's a ton of links down below where you can find me. You can email me, do whatever you need to do. Send me some memes and I will look at them and do another reaction video maybe in the future. So if that's something you would like to see, again, let me know in the comments, of course, as well. Because at the end of the day, this is community driven and I only want to make videos that you guys find good. So if you actually get some kind of enjoyment out of this, like I do, then it's a win-win for everybody, I think. Okay, so starting things out, this one is great. It says, "Hey buddy, I got dice at work down here." And then it says me, and he's just crawling all in. I think that's hilarious. It's so funny to see you're just like, all right, let's go. Dice are bad. I don't know if you've ever banished dice. I don't know. Like, I have terrible dice luck. Like, it's bad. It's embarrassing. I was playing a game of Warhammer the other day, and I rolled like 10 dice, and 8 of them were ones. It was like, and I didn't re-roll once, so it was bad. It was really bad. Like, that's impressively bad. And so what I end up doing is I keep cycling through dice. So I actually have different dice that I'll like roll oh, no, those are bad, and I put them aside, and I go get a new one or whatever. If you can find some good dice, then I'm all about it. I would climb down there too. Little fact, most board game dice, and I mean like pretty much all board game dice, are not actually balanced. You would never use that in like a casino or something like that. Especially the like Chiswick ones that roll a whole bunch and stuff like that. Casino dice are normally quite square. You get the randomness from the actual, like the shuffling in your hands or whatever, and less on the rolling off the table kind of junk. But so, yeah, I mean, especially if you buy special dice like the marble dice and all that, like they look really cool, but they're inherently unbalanced then, right? Because there'll actually be little bits of air and little density changes and stuff like that. And so it's just not as uniform. That being said, buy cool dice. I mean, you're gonna get good throws and bad throws either way. So it means well, but I swear there are such things as bad dice, and I would totally take some good ones. All right, let's see what the next one is. Now, I'd like to take a quick moment to thank my sponsor of today's video, Hunting Clash. Hunting Clash is a no ads, free-to-play video game on the iOS and Android storefronts. So you can play it on your phone or your tablet on the go or wherever you happen to be. And I think that's awesome, especially no ads. That really makes it stand out in my opinion. Now, what also makes it really unique, I think, is this the amount of content you get. There are worldwide vistas you could explore and hunt on. So from the snowy mountains to Montana to anywhere in between. And there are a large variety of weapons from like sniper rifles to bows. Bow hunting is huge here in Idaho. So that's really cool they even have that. And then just other cool stuff like sonars and various buffs you can do to just kind of gamify it and really, do better in the video game. There are 100+ animals to hunt, and they all fit the various locations. So you're hunting anything from alligators to black bear and anything in between, which is, again, very, very cool. And then on top of that, they have PvP available. So there's player versus player that you can do with duels, challenges, tournaments, championships. They have all that kind of stuff, which is really cool. Plus new events every week. So tons of content that is continuous, and they just keep supporting the app, which I think is great. Now there is a link down in the description below that you can use to download Hunting Clash now, and that actually helps support the channel, and you can have fun doing it. So it's a win-win for everyone. So thank you, Hunting Clash, for sponsoring this video. Now let's go in and get back to the rest of it. Mind if I watch? I'd love to learn your technique. Sure. And the guy's painting. Yes, I see now. His technique is being way better than me. That's great. So literally, this is what started my channel. Okay, so my last name's King, and I put of average because I started out painting miniatures. And I remember I just gotten into board games, and I just got into minis, and I was painting the minis, and I looked online to figure out how to do this stuff. And there's people that are like, okay, now next, you take out your $150 air compressor, and then you take out your $200 little, Lamborghini airbrush, and you put on your ventilator mask that costs another $50, and then you go into a well-ventilated area, and you have this little thing with a fan thing, and then you do this little technique here, and it's really easy. And it's like, okay, first of all, I don't have $300 of equipment. And second of all, I don't know what you're doing. What is this wet blending? What is this freaking two-brush blending where you got a dry brush? No, get rid of all that crap, okay? I needed somebody that was average. This is so perfect because it's oh, you just do this. And some dude doing that, but that dude has, first of all, just has a natural skill. And then he's been painting miniatures 5 days a week, 8 hours a day for 40 hours a week or whatever. He does it full time, and he's done it for a decade. So he's doing it for 20 years, and this is all he does. This is his job and what he does. And then me over here come home from my job, and then I have an hour to paint, and I have a brush and not even a wet palette. I have a Tupperware bin with some paper towels on it. I mean, it just this is totally perfect. That's your technique is you're just really good at it, and I'm not. Totally where my channel name even came from. That's hilarious. Next one. Oh geez. This is fine. Okay, this is kind of like the this is fine with the dog and the fire and the tea and all that, but instead it's this chick and she just is covered in board. Literally, that's what caused this. Well, not totally, right? There's some family life changes as well. Our kids are getting older, stuff like that. But it came to the point where I had too many games. I have games here on a wall here. I have games here, and this goes up, by the way. There's another 8 shelves above here and above this one. I have games in my closet. I have games in the closet outside this office, and I needed more space. And it got to the point where it's we need our whole family paints now. We all play board games. When I moved here, I had a single 8-cube Calyx shelf. And it got filled quick, but it's amazing how quick this happens. Within 2 years, and suddenly you have Agricola and Small World and Root and Cthulhu Wars and Crisis and Terraforming Mars and Clank and all this is funny. These are all Wingspan, and if you can find it at the time, right? Potion Explosion, even Mysterium, Netrunner. So yeah, it's bad. You could say it's fine, but it's not fine. These Kickstarters are bad. You quickly realize how much all-in are, when you get an all-in on Kickstarter. Oh my gosh, it's bad. Okay, next one. Me painting faces. And then the eyes go, no. Yeah. I feel I can do cheekbones good. I feel I can even do the eyebrows good at this time. But those darn eyebrows. If I have to do any more than a black dot, which even then, I'm going to get them like this or some junk, or it's just, eyes are terrible. That's hilarious. Because you're yeah, let's go get it. And you're you're defining all this different stuff. You're giving them a chin and doing all this. And then the eyes come. And suddenly, the amount of highlighting you did on the nose is not quite enough. That's hilarious. All right. Video game parents. Are video games damaging my children? Oh, come on. Versus board gaming parents. Are my children damaging my board games? Board game time. Let's smash all the minions. Destroy them. You have no idea. What game is that? What is that? I can't even quite tell what game that is. Oh, man, I wish I knew. Too true. Especially my 8-year-old daughter, all of her life, since I've been getting board games, likes to take them out and do that. One of her favorites is Star Wars Rebellion. It's one of my favorite games. I don't play very often, but it's still a really fun game. And the box is like one of the corners is just detached. It's just because she pulls it out, right, to play with it. I tell her yes, because she's cute and sweet and asks nicely, and I say yes because I want her to be happy. But oh my gosh, It's so bad. It's like she gets all the pieces there and she crams them all. Luckily, Fantasy Flight Games doesn't care about their games enough to actually provide storage anyway, so they just cram them in a baggie anyway. Okay, next one. Same game, new theme. Oh yeah, that's the key to success, right? There are a few things you can do to be really successful on Kickstarter. None of the things I'm about to list is make a good game. That's not required at all to be successful. What is required is you either have something that can expand really easily. For instance, skirmish games and dungeon crawls easily can do that because you can always add a new dungeon or a new monster type or a new hero class or whatever. Or you can always add more fighters or more arenas or, whatever. Both of those gain benefit from just having more stuff. Right, there are some more finite games that the more stuff you add onto it, the worse it is. Most recent example for me is The Witcher. Not that it's worse per se, but right now I don't have a desire to add the other board game side to it. I think if I buy just what I got and I get 6 to 7 good sessions out of it, even if it was just that, I'd be more than happy. Now a few percentage of my games I play 7 times, not as high as I would like. So if I get 7 good ones, that's fine. Do I need the game to last me 30 game sessions? No, I really don't. And I only need it to do that if I spend more money on it. And if I spend more money on it, do you get what I'm saying? Like if I only spend $120 on it and I get 6 great sessions with friends and family, that's a great price point, I think. And that happens a lot. But then you get stuff like Zombicide where it's, okay, you just do that over and over and over again, right? Put this theme on it, put this theme on it. It's the same Ticket to Ride, all that kind of stuff where you can just theme the crap out of it and essentially make the same game. It's a lot better than starting from scratch, right? Start from scratch, you have to develop mechanics, stuff like that. It's a lot easier to take that, put a little spin on it, throw fresh paint on it, and then call it good. So that's great. I like that one. Me, who are you? I'm your abandoned project. Me, do you have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down? I once did a video called I Quit, where I talked about how I don't paint all my minis. I don't finish all the campaigns. I don't do everything I want to do. I first of all, I have too many hobbies. I still like to play video games when I can. I like board games. I like tabletop games. I like going outdoors. I like spending time with my kids. I like painting. I like playing. It's bad. It's bad. I like reading, though that's gone wayward. I mean, you only have so many time. Uncle Adam always taught us, right? You only have so many time for so many hobbies, and then there's just too much. But that's hilarious. I'm your abandoned project. You have this idea how little that narrows it down. Yeah, that could be anything. I have minis that are half painted. I only paint minis for the enjoyment of it, personal enjoyment. I find it very rewarding and relaxing. Those 2 R words significantly. And so I don't ever want, and I don't have a lot of free time, so I don't want my hobbies to be work. So if I ever feel like I have to do something, but I want to do something else, I will 100% do that something else. And if that means stopping painting that mini and painting something else, if I get more enjoyment out of it, I'm done. That's it. That's all I want. I don't want to be forced. I don't want my hobby time to be work time. And so I've been painting a mini and then a new Kickstarter comes in. And it's got all these sweet minis that are all new to me and cool and interesting until the next one comes. And so I'm like, ooh, new shiny. And I'll stop painting something and start painting that. Legitimately, I will do that. And I don't feel bad about it either. I have this one life and a limited amount of time to spend on my hobby. And I want every moment of that I can to be something enjoyed as much as possible. But yeah, that adds to a lot of that. Okay, next one. Your turn, honey. Oh no, you landed on my hotel. I love you. You can click. Got the gun. This is total. Okay, so I love playing skirmish games. I love 1 versus many dungeon crawls. I like competitive games. There is no AI in board games. There's not even an AI in video games, and they can code all sorts of crap in there that can signify playing, or that can accurately replicate playing against another person. It just does not work. If video game AI can do it, board game AI certainly can't. Kingdom Death Monster, none of those do it. They're not as good as a player. A player can do fake passes. A player can change strategies. A player can go for broke. A player can take a chance. A player can, play it safe, can flank, can do all these different things that the board games can't. So I love playing against other people. My main gaming partner is also my life partner, my wife. And so we play board games competitively. And we both enjoy it. And we both end up being her more than me. Trust me. I'm not just saying that. Her more than me can get a little competitive and can take things a little serious and can wonder why I'm picking on her or why she's picking on me or why I can't just do it. It's bad. And my kids do the same thing because they all hate each other, right? Like all siblings, I think, do. And so when it comes to competitive games, they're like, I'm going to attack my sister. And then she's going to be really weak. And then he could attack me, or my son could attack his sister again. So he'll do it again, right? So there's a lot of picking on each other and all that. It gets nasty. And it's awesome. I love it. We're all good. But that loaded gun, yeah, that's great. I love you, and you know what that means. You better not actually charge me. And I've done that before too. In a competitive game, again, that's what's one of the great things about house ruling versus being forced in an app to follow rules is I can say, you know what? Yeah, that was a crap roll. You've landed on me 3 times in a row. I'm not going to count that one, right? You can do that kind of stuff. I have before too. It saves my marriage, so I'm happy with it. Okay, next one. My model as gray plastic. Okay, my model after I prime it. Interesting point there. My model after I paint. Sometimes. Okay, a few points here. This is actually making a lot of good points. Especially with metal minis. If you ever get metal minis, prime them. The moment you get them, take them off, put them on some cardboard, get some gray primer, and prime them. The silver or the pewter, whatever metal they use is reflective, right? And so those little details are reflecting light, and it ends up washing away a lot of the details, perceived details that you can see, because it's all shiny and reflecting, right? So you don't see the crevices and the inner working and all that kind of stuff. If you prime it in a like a nice little gray color, you'll see a lot of detail. I have different primed or different minis, right? So let's take these two. So I have this lady here, right? And she's going to be really bright in the light. And then I have this mini here. They are different colors. The darker gray shows detail better, especially at a distance. So that second line there, I prime it and perfect. I understand. It makes it look a little bit nicer. It gives it a little bit more texture. And then model after paint it. Now, a lot of people will say any paint is better than no paint. And I disagree. There are some bad paint jobs out there. I'm not going to pull any up, but there are. Right? Like, you can mess up a mini. Sometimes that ends up being the case. I don't know if I've ever painted that bad, but I also didn't paint as a child. So there's that too. My kids have, though. And there are times where gray plastic is indeed better. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, let's do another one. This is one of my favorites. Woof, arf, bark. And then that means you open the door. A light comes on automatically. It's cold. Arf, arf, which means, what do I smell? There's something brown and soft, and it smells oh so sweet. I hate it! Roll saving throw against chocolate. No! I love it. It cracks me up. Just loves it. Throw saving throw against chocolate. In games, I tend to be this way, where like the moment I see something, I'm like, I'm going for it, right? For instance, if I have a move called headbutt, and I can reach you, I'm going to headbutt you. I love headbutting in games. It just seems so funny just to like headbutt somebody and kill them that way. Sounds hilarious to me. I love it. And pop out treasure or whatever. So the moment it's the second panel is what does it, right? There's something brown and soft and it smells so sweet. I'm going to eat it. It's chocolate. No. And then of course it's what dogs do, right? They're like, no, I shouldn't have done it. Hilarious. I love this one. This one's funny. That one's great. Okay, one more. Okay, Fantasy Flight Games. Original IP or Star Wars. Both are dying. Oh, this saves Star Wars. So, I know this says Fantasy Flight Games. That's because they love money and they love IPs because those equal the same thing. But we're seeing that on Kickstarter too, right? Where all these multi-million-dollar projects now suddenly have IPs. And, hey, you want to make a quick buck? Get The Witcher. Hey, you want a quick buck? Gain Horizon Zero Dawn. Hey, you want a quick buck? Do Dark Souls. Hey, you want a quick butt? It just keeps going on and on and on, right? They're all these like just quick IP stuff. Yeah, let's do that. Vampire Masquerade? Yeah, sure, let's do that. It doesn't matter what it is. They're all that. Assassin's Creed? It's all the same thing. Notice they're all multi-million. They're all $1 million plus. and you can be a no name, we've never heard of you before, game developer, maybe you did one little dinky card game before, it doesn't matter. You got some IP, guess who just made the charts? You did, because you bought the IP rights. It's kind of sad, but it's true. It's true. And then as a business, especially a soulless business like Fantasy Flight Games that don't care about you or board gamers or board games at all and just making money, they're going to pick Star Wars every time. Because why wouldn't you? You can make more money. It's like you care about creativity or the products you make. You just care about making money, right? So let's make money. Same thing. And again, you see it all the time. Not just Fantasy Flight Games. It's everywhere. It's the original IP and Star Wars, they're both dying. Now, granted, in this picture, Star Wars is reaching out. Right? Original IP is just like, oh, I'm gonna die. And Star Wars is like, save me. And he says, okay. Right? But I don't see any remorse. He's sprinting around. Notice how far away he is. He could have set Star Wars down. Star Wars is fine. Gone back and got an original IP. But nope. He's just running away with Star Wars. Forget about the original IP. Okay. All right. So that was it. Just a fun little video. I would love to see, even if I don't make a video, I want to see your memes because I want to take a laugh. I actually save these. I think they're hilarious. So if you have a good meme, if you think you can make me laugh, if you'd like to see me react to it, feel free to send me that, again, however you like. And regardless, I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you had some fun. Maybe you got some laughs. Maybe you saw ones that you didn't see before. And if you did, again, a like, thumbs up, comment saying the video was good. All of that I would love to hear and see. So anyway, thanks so much, guys. I'll talk to you guys again really soon. And remember, of course, the sponsor link below. And with that, I'll let you guys go. Take care. Bye, guys.